sorry, little Jedi. You missed all the fun.
Watching your team in action was the fun.
Care to introduce your new friends, Caleb?
Yes, Master. This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
What's up, fellow collectors? P-Rockzilla back again for another review, and today we're going to take a look at the continuation of the Hunter Star Wars Bad Batch figure I just recently did a review on, and this is the Star Wars Bad Batch Echo. This is the second member from the Bad Batch that was released from Hot Toys. The next one should be Crosshair, and I'm definitely going to be picking him up because Hunter kind of surprised the heck out of me coming in. I wasn't expecting much, but I did enjoy my time with Hunter. I enjoyed the posing with that character. I enjoyed the paint application and the details on that armor, and believe it or not, I actually enjoyed the head sculpt. So, is Echo going to follow in that footsteps with Hunter? We shall see. With that in mind, please hit that like, subscribe button, click that bell notification, because subscribing and basically getting notified is helping out the channel, and I appreciate you guys for the help. I am continuing to do these reviews that I enjoy doing, and I'm happy that you guys are enjoying it. So, with that in mind, let us get this review started. Dale. What's up, fellow collectors? Die action. Dale. And of course, let's go ahead and take a look at the box before we get the figure out the box. And right here in the front, you got that cool picture. I love the visor on Echo. Love the way that one looks, more like kind of hidden. I like that. Like the paint application so far from the box art. And then you do see him here with the head sculpt on. Creepy looking dude. I know he's all these cybernetic parts are on him, but you're right there. You got Star Wars, Echo. Got the Hot Toys logo there. Star Wars in the bottom. Echo Hot Toys right there. Another Star Wars logo over here on the side. A nice picture with Echo right there. And then you get here all the legal information, the serial bar, and everything like that. All right. Now, one more thing is, let's see if this guy is like Hunter. Because if you do take this box open, you should be greeted with a nice slip cover in there. And all right. There's a slip cover. It's not as good as the Hunter one. The Hunter one actually looked like a movie poster. This is basically just him and Hunter standing there with the helmets off. So it's decent, but nice little add-on. I do like the fact that they do these right here, but I kind of wish it was like Hunter's, where it was just basically him alone with two different poses of him and his head right here in the face, in the front. But it is what it is. All right, so get Echo out the box. We can see everything he does come with in fine detail. Now, once you get Echo out the box, let's get the box out the way. You are greeted with the clamshell, and there's only one layer on there. There's another layer on top, like this basically right here has the guns or whatever, some accessories right here. Now, please bear in mind, I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I have not finished Bad Batch yet. I have not even finished Bad Batch Season 1. I did start watching a little bit after Clone Wars, but with the announcement of Ahsoka and Rebels coming out before Bad Batch, I know the timeline is different, but I reached out to a few people, and some people kind of recommended to kind of, finish Clone Wars. And after Clone Wars, jump into Rebels, and then from there, go back to Bad Batch. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm not 100% familiar with all these pieces just yet. So just want to give you guys a warning. And then once you remove that top layer of the clamshell, you're greeted with the figure and all the other accessories he does come with in here. And I do got to say, Echo is heavier than Hunter from what I remember. His box, I guess all the accessories he does have, like especially this layer here, feels a little bit heavier. All right, so let's go ahead and get Echo and all those amazing accessories. Oh, look at this. Wait, this is a new figure, right? Check this out. Look. I just opened it now. It's brand new sealed. And there's a hair there. Look, somebody left their hair there. I don't know if I got a Hot Toy employee, somebody's DNA right here. Look at that. I'm going to make some clones right now. All right, look at that. Let me see what color that is. That's brown hair. Let's see how long this is. Oh my God, look how long that brown hair is. Look. Someone left their hair in my figure, man. This is food I want a refund, but yeah. There's definitely females here. So some DNA clones in the future. Anyways, let's go ahead and get Echo And all the accessories, minus the hair, out the box. We can take a close look at fine detail on everything he does come with in the package. All right, so now we have Echo laid out with all the accessories that come in the package, and there's actually a decent amount, so I can actually see why he's heavier than Hunter. So, of course, let's take a look at the figure first, and let's look at Echo. I do like the way the helmet looks on his. Definitely completely different from Hunter's. I like the design here, and like the thin visor. I do like that. Makes it look different. He actually looks more like something that you would see like Pacific Rim or something. Like one of the suits from those characters. Love the way it looks. One thing still the same with him and Hunter is the paint application, the battle damage, and the weathering right here. Looks awesome, especially on this gray suit. The black right here feels good. This actually feels somewhat like the other troopers, but a little bit better, a little bit more quality. Has a little pleather right there. Love this way this feels right here. It's not bad at all. Same thing. I remember correctly. I forgot who other figure has this. But this looks good. The pouches right here looks good. The little patch. I'm happy this doesn't come off because that other trooper, the scout trooper that has that thing's a pain in the butt to constantly put back and forth onto his belt. Then he has a different type of holster. I like that. That's something different. See, this is what I like so far with these Bad Batch members. They each one are completely different. The weird missing arm right there. The shoulder pads, like these are not the Velcro ones. These are more like the straps. So you go there, all designed there. Nice detail all over the suit, the weathering. Love that. These are different too from Hunter's. These little knee pads, whatever. So those are nice. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the articulation on Echo. And let's see if he's on par with Hunter for the posability. So the head can go pretty decent far down. Very far, well, good amount far up. He can go sideways. You can tilt the head. You can go, mess around with it more. It's very, very posable. The arms, I want to see if these shoulder pads get in the way. So the arms are pretty good so far. Let's see if you get, I wonder if this is going to hinder. Yes, that's the only thing I do see already. That may be an issue. Let me put the brightness a little bit brighter so we can get better look at all the little detail in there. One thing I am worried about with this guy. Not sure why they put that piece of pleather there. I know it's probably with the design of the suit from the cartoon. But with that piece of pleather there and the spot it's at, when you bend that arm, you're going to get all that crimpling right there. So we all know with the pleather, over time, that can start causing damage to that. So that's going to be a little pain in the butt or kind of like a little negative thing that they put on him because you don't have it on this arm. And if I recall correctly, I don't think Hunter had that. So I know they had him stick out a little bit, but they could have did better material there instead of that pleather because now you basically can't really bend that arm. I mean, you could bend it, but you can't really leave him display with that arm bent for too long. So we do get, all right, so while we're doing that, let's see. We do get double bend at the elbow, as you can see right there. You do get pivot, twist. It feels like, I'm trying to feel it right here. Yep, so it's the upper bicep right there. So you do get that. Let's see how this hand bends. So this one it has that mechanical piece right there. So obviously you don't have to worry about keeping this one bent because there's no suit there to cause damage over time. So that's going to be cool. So more likely this is the arm I'll have bent on him when I have him displayed. All right, so let's go. The shoulders, it looks like you have some kind of butterfly joint there where it kind of goes all the way down a little bit. So that's pretty cool. The arms can go pretty forward. Let's go back a little bit. Decent far back. Let's see how those waist on his suit is. So he does have some twist at the waist. And so you get a little bit above the waist and a little bit above the lower chest. You don't, he actually gets some kind of bend. I don't think Hunter had much bend. But he gets some bend here. Some bend forward. So that's pretty cool. The belt is movable, so it's attached to this piece right here, so it will move with it. This is a hard plastic, so thankfully no pleather there. And one thing while we go to articulation, this piece right of the helmet does come off. I did see that. So basically, because on the head sculpt, he has that stuck on him. So because of that, that's this piece right here. So when you take the helmet off, You should take that piece off right there if you want to have it displayed with the helmet off. You should take this piece off right here. All right, so let's see the legs. The legs. Can he do a split? You can do a split. Now you can see through there a little bit. As you can see a little bit through there. So you do get some tension. And this one's for some reason is, uh-oh, look, see, he's starting to rip already. So mine actually has a rip already. You can see the rip right there. So be careful with that. This came out of the box like that. I barely moved them. I just moved them like that. Because it feels like this one, you can feel some slack in there, but this one just feels tight. Like you don't really have much tension pulling here. So yes, definitely be careful with that. I mean, that's nothing huge for me. I don't know if I should return it just for that. I can still have time within the 30 days. So maybe, I don't know. I'll see what I do. But you basically got to be careful with that. So I'm not going to pull too much more tension on that. And leave that as is. Man, I'm really tempted, man. I'm not sure if I'm going to cause sideshow for this. I'm not sure over time that's going to cause issue. Maybe. So with that in mind, I want to be careful with the legs. So let's see the knees. You do get double bend at the knees. And you are hindered a little because the boots, the armor, they're hitting each other right there. So you get a little limitation on the knee. But you do get a nice bend though. And then, let's see. You get twist at the thigh. The feet, let's see the feet. So the feet barely move up. You can move far down pretty good. And of course you get twist, not much. And you get some pivot. All right, so there's Hunter with the accessory, not the accessory, the articulation and the paint application all over the armor. And I am, like I said, I'm a little bothered about that, but I don't know. I'll see if I decide to return that. Then you get the markings right here on his treads. And there you go. There is Echo. Now this arm, for some reason, let me see. Because it seems like this arm is not going fully down. Let me see something real quick. Oh, I feel that. It's like that's a weird shoulder piece. Anyways, but there we go. Maybe I have to have this way or something. Did I twist it the wrong way? Damn it. What did I do here? I gotta look at this. I gotta look at the box, see which one's the front, the back. I think this is the back because of the tricep right there. All right. So he does come with, and unfortunately, the backpack does not open like Hunter's, but he does come with this nice backpack. Very light. I was hoping it did open so I could put some of those accessories in there. But he does come with the backpack, so that's nice. And the backpack is magnetic. So right there. So it does attach right there pretty good. It is little, not as strong as the other ones, but it's there. And it also has the same paint and nice details that goes through the whole suit on Hunter and Echo. I like the way that looks. This looks good. I wish it opened. So now, when I first took this out, I wasn't sure what half the stuff is. So these are the antennas. And according to this, on the instructions, these screw into up here. And if you see that hole? There's like a special design for that hole and this one right here. Then if you look at this, there's a special key design there. So it can only go in one way. So those would basically plug in right here. And these actually feel like real metal. So here's the other one right here. Same thing. You see that peg right there? So you just plug it right in. Just like that. And there you go. So now you have the antennas on top of his backpack. So you also do get the nice head sculpt, which this guy, oh man, so ugly. It's like Frankenstein or something. I know the story behind it. I did see the episode where they went to go rescue him and everything, and he joined the team. Happy they did that. You know, it's cool that they rescued their buddy. It's a pretty cool scene. But man, this is definitely one head sculpt that I'm not going to be using. I mean, like I said, I'll do in the final display. But yeah, but it looks cool though. It does look very accurate and it looks realistic. That's what I like about that. It's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger told Predator, man, you're one ugly mother. And then you do get, let's put that head down. You do get his pistol. And that basically goes into this holster right here. Just like that. And then you do get swappable hands. This is the hand that you would use for this one. And if I remember correctly, that should be, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to think what piece this is. The utility arm. So this is the hand for the utility arm. I do like that. It's like, I forgot what character in the comics had like some knuckles like this that had like the shocks coming from there. But that looks pretty cool. I like the way they painted the metal pieces on there. Do get a swappable hand. This is for the pistol or for the handgun. For the regular hand. And then, of course, he also, too, gets a pointing hand. So you could probably... I wonder if they're all going to come with a pointing hand. So you can have them all pointing. All right. So here's the part. He does come with his base real quick. And the same thing, too. Just like Hunter has that cool Bad Batch. And it has his helmet right there. So I like that. If you don't want to use this, you have the basic one right there. Got too many of these. So I definitely want to try this. And keep them all with the Bad Batch base. Then you get the crotch grabber stand. And then let's move to the pieces right now. So over here, we're gonna do the manipulator arm is gonna be the first one. So this is the manipulator arm. And let me see. Does that move? No, this doesn't articulate. Oh, it sucks. I was kind of hoping it's articulated, but it doesn't. So this is basically you can pull this out, and then you basically put this hand on there. Remember I said. Did not finish season 1 yet, so I did not see him with all these hands. So don't know for sure if I'll have any of these for my final display. Probably just have one of them. So this looks pretty cool, but unfortunately this is not articulated. So you gotta be careful moving these. You don't want to break that. Then you can swap it out with the grasper arm. On this right here, this is one I did not see in the cartoon. So but let's see if this articulates. See, I'm scared with this stuff. It feels like it does. I wonder if you got to take this off first. I don't know. I don't see. This thing just feels like I don't want to break this damn thing. It feels like it moves. I'll move it during the final poses. So I just want to make sure it really. Yeah. Oh yeah. So it does move. You just got to be very careful with this because it does feel very stiff. And this is like a plastic, and this seems like it break easily. So just be very careful with that. So be careful with that. And when you do attach this, according to the instructions, you do need this piece right here. So supposedly this piece plugs in somehow. It plugs into his arm somehow. And like I said, I'll see for the final poses. But yeah, this supposedly goes onto here. So not sure how. Then you have is right here. This hand right here is the utility hand. And this is a pretty cool one. This is probably either this one or I don't know. Maybe this one, if I could figure out the articulation, will probably be like the final pose I will have mine with. But this one looks pretty cool. Oh, this looks pretty cool. I'm trying to remember the freaking the game or the cartoon that I saw that something like this. But yeah, so that was cool. I love the paint on there, the gold on there. So that looks very good. Supposedly with this one, when you swap this one out, I guess there's a piston that goes in there. I don't know. I guess I gotta read the instructions more. But you can do a bunch of stuff with that. So I just gotta look into the instructions a little bit more to see what this one piece for and what this piece goes for. According to the instructions, like I said, this one goes with that one, and this is with this one in the pictures. Then you have, last but not least, the jackhammer arm. And this is pretty cool because this does not feel like heavy at all. It's very hollow, but it's pretty big. And it does do this. So you can actually do like the little jackhammer thing. You know what this reminds me of? If you're a Transformer fan, you would know. Freaking Rumble. It's from Soundwave when he was like Rumble, eject, and then Rumble will come out. And then freaking Rumble and Frenzy, their arms will turn to these little jackhammers. And then he goes, first, you got to crunch the nut. But that's pretty cool. I like this. So maybe this. I could probably do a cool pose with him posing the ground. And I could probably have Rumble or Frenzy next to him too. So that may be one of the final poses. But this is pretty cool. I like this. This one doesn't feel as flimsy as this one here. With these pieces right here. I don't feel as nervous moving this than I do with moving this. And then, let's see what else. Did I miss anything else? Last but not least, he has some spare pegs. So I did have my Hunter do he was my first experience with a Hot Toy breaking the peg in the hands. So I'm hoping this is not going to be a trend with him. But thankfully, we have two of these. All right, so there's Echo with all the awesome accessories he does come with. So let's go ahead and do a final. Let's go ahead and do a size comparison with Echo to see how he stands up with some of the other figures I do have. There we have Echo's standard default pose ready for a size comparison. So let's go ahead and bring some figures in as we get a good size comparison started. Of course, we have to bring in first the father of the clones, and this is the Hot Toys Jango Fett. Now, my Jango Fett has weird feet, so he stands up awkwardly, so hopefully he doesn't fall on me. All right, so here's Django. Come on, Django. Don't fall on me, bro. All right, there's Django. Now I want to go ahead and bring another figure from a different line, but this figure, like Echo, has mechanical arms, and this is the 3-0 Genos from One Punch Man, and this is the one from season 1. So there we have him right there with the mechanical arm too, and I do want to bring in something just out of the ballpark, and this is also something mechanical. And this is the SH Monster Arts Mecha Godzilla. Oop. Out of all of them, please don't tell me Mecha's gonna be the one that's gonna fall on me. Come on, Mecha. You were good this whole time. Alright, there's Mecha. He's like a little tilted right now. But there's Mecha Godzilla. Good size comparisons with one other hot toy, one other once a scale 3-0 figure, and a smaller SH Monster Arts figure. So there's a good size comparison. If you have any of these figures in your collection, you get a good idea of how Echo, I'm about to call him Hunter, how Echo, and if you pick up Echo, you should pick up Hunter, how they would fit in your collection or your display if you have any of these figures. Okay, let's go ahead and get the final thoughts and final poses. So, of course, I did want to get Echo with one pose with the helmet off because, like I said, more than likely I'm going to have them all with the helmet on. And I just wanted to get that little Frankenstein head on there real quick to kind of show you guys. But, like I did say, I do like the detail on the face sculpt. Like the way his demeanor is on that face and like the way, just the determination that he looks like he has on that face. So here I was basically having him in a pose where he's basically testing out his new mechanical accessories on his arm, on his missing arm right there. So he has the helmet off to get a close look at the accessories he does have on his arm right there currently. And just to kind of show that you would basically take that back piece off the helmet when you do take off the helmet on Echo. Problem-wise, I'm trying to think if I had any problems with him. The only issue I did kind of have a little bit, not really an issue, but that backpack, because the little canister on the back of his pouch above his butt does kind of push that backpack a little bit up more, so it's not fully flushed on there. Not an issue, but just something that could have been fixed a little bit. I do wish that the backpack did open. I kind of wish they kind of spoiled that with Hunter, and I was kind of expecting coming in that this is going to be the same thing where that backpack can open, so I can place some of the accessories in there. I'm trying to think any other thing issue-wise. Just the pleather on that arm is going to be an issue. The pleather underneath the armor pieces on the black clothing under there, that's going to be an issue in the future if you do keep the figure pose, to keep that arm pose like this. Even this minor pose right here where I currently have him holding the helmet, that for sure is going to cause issue to that pleather on that elbow right there. So definitely don't want to keep him posed this way too much longer. And definitely won't have him like this in my final pose because I don't want to cause damage to that pleather. That's just the main issue I have so far, is just that little piece of pleather right there. So fellow collectors, this is one reason why I enjoy collecting different scale figures, and to this day I love collecting still figures and characters that I love and enjoy from either my childhood or my current life, experiences. This is a cool scene right here where I'm gonna create a reel for this real quick, where I'm gonna do the little Onyx, the slam, da 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 da. Let the boys be boys. Here you are, letting the boys be boys. Here you have Rumble with Echo, and they're both hitting that bass on the floor, creating all kinds of noises. These two right here will be awesome for a house party. If you ever had a house party in this IP, or just in general, if you want to dream of a house party, these two guys right here will definitely bring the house down. I am enjoying the accessories. Now, looking at the accessory pieces without looking at the manual, I was a little confused of what pieces would go with what. So thankfully, the manual, for once, explained things pretty clear. So now I know what pieces go with what accessory. And I really am enjoying all those swappable arm pieces out that come with Echo. You have so many different poses, so many different ways you can have them posed up, and so many different weapons and varieties that you can have attached to that arm. And it's so simple to swap out. I love the fact that they did make that elbow joint mechanical, because I could have seen if it was a body joint, those little accessory pieces would have been hard to swap out, because I could have seen the elbow kind of moving all over the place as you're trying to put pressure into those accessory pieces to swap them out. But thankfully they were smart and included that little mechanical elbow, and it made it super simple to swap those pieces out. I like that a lot. it kind of makes up for the backpack not having the opening proportion we could put the accessories in there. But I still would have preferred the opening backpack compared to the different accessory parts. But they are fun to mess with, and this is a perfect example of the different type of things you can do with your figures when you know, just to have fun with the figures. That's what I understand. These are collectibles and you want to put them in your display, but sometimes you just got to mess around with and have fun with them first before you actually put them in their final display and their final, basically in your shelf. And I'm having fun with this guy so far. This Bad Batch line is really surprising me, and I'm really looking forward to getting the other team members, especially Wrecker. I'm real curious with that body, that he's gonna have that big body. I'm curious if it's gonna be posable and how it's gonna look next to the other brothers or band members. I'm sorry, I got mixed up with the Ninja Turtles again. So very quickly, I did want to get one more final pose in there just to basically show the swap out accessory pieces. And this one right here was a little complicated at first without the manual. But once you figure it out, this to me is a cool accessory. I love the strength on that bendy wire. You do have to be careful with the hook arms on there. They are very, very tight joints on there. So you want to be very, very careful with moving those joints on the grappling hook portion right there. Just be very careful. They do all articulate, but like I said, they're really tight there. So just slowly open those up and you should be all set with the figure. But yeah, this one right here, man, I just wanted to include it, man, because to me, this is a cool, very cool accessory that I'm happy that they included. Let me just see something real quick. All right, yeah, that's too little too. I'm happy they included, but yeah, man, like I just wanted to get a quick glimpse, show you guys a quick glimpse of this accessory on the figure. And I'm enjoying it. If I had all of them in a battle pose, like in my final display, once I get my module cases, this may be the one I do have like on his accessory arm when I finally get to that portion when I have the space to have them all displayed in the battle pose. But for now, I'm not going to use this one because, you know, it's more for like a dynamic pose than space when you have space. But definitely looks cool, and I wanted to show you guys this. And of course, I had to have Hunter and Echo together, as they are currently the only two Bad Batch members that have been released and I have in hand. And I am super excited for Crosshair now. Now that I got my hands on these two, I was able to test them out, put them through poses, mess around with them. And I am blown away with these guys. I am enjoying myself completely with the Bad Batch figures so far. I'm kind of mad at myself that I was late to the game for these figures, but I'm happy I was finally there. You know the saying, better late than never. And you guys know me. I'm usually a little late. I'm a little bit. But usually the lateness comes to good quality. And that's the same thing with these figures right here. These guys are amazing to hold in hand. They're fun to pose with. The amount of accessories and options you have to basically have them in different poses. So I can see these figures as being figures that you will constantly swap around in your display to kind of change up the pose. And you can keep it very refreshing with the amount of accessories they do come with. Especially Echo, all those swappable arms. I'm going to have fun messing around with him. I do know for a fact there's a reel and a short I got in mind with Echo for this coming Thanksgiving, when I can have all my figures sitting out there like with the table having dinner. And I'm going to have Echo doing something with that hand right there. So many options and ideas flowing through my head with these figures. And man, they are gonna look awesome when you have all five together. I cannot wait for that. Oh my God. But enough of this review. It's gone long enough because I did want to include every swappable hand in the poses to kind of give you an idea. On this one right here, I want to do the extended arm because as you can see there, Echo is using Hunter's grenade, but he's extending that arm to kind of give him more range and torque on that throw of the grenade. So he could basically throw it further and higher with that arm there. And that was what I had in mind with this pose right here. Something different. I don't see many things like this. And I do love the extension on that hand right there. Man, this guy is like Dishonored. I remember now. His hands remind me of all the swappable pieces from that game, Dishonored. Echo is cool. Coming out the box, I was kind of like, he wasn't on the same level as Hunter for me because of the way the helmet and the paint and everything. But after messing with him and swapping all those arm pieces, he grew on me, and I am really, really, really enjoying this figure. So with that in mind, my fellow collectors, I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like, subscribe button, click that bell notification. Exciting things coming forward. If you enjoyed this review, please come back for more because I will have more. And as always, collectors, keep collecting. Stay safe. Be good. Dale. Get that bad batch.